December 20th, 1995. The holiday season was in full swing at Miami International Airport. Passengers for American Airlines Flight 965 were buzzing with excitement. They were heading to Cali, Colombia, a city famous for its vibrant nightlife and warm Christmas celebrations. Many were Colombians returning home to spend the holidays with family. Others were tourists eager for a South American adventure. But the festive atmosphere was soon dampened by delays. First, a late arrival of the aircraft. Then heavy holiday traffic pushed their departure back by nearly 2 hours. As the Boeing 757 finally lifted off into the night sky, no one could have imagined this would be their last flight. The journey south was smooth for the most part. The 155 passengers settled in, enjoying the in-flight service, while the experienced flight crew, Captain Nicholas Tafori and First Officer Donald Williams, navigated the darkness. Both were seasoned pilots with thousands of hours in the 757. The mood in the cockpit was relaxed, perhaps a little too relaxed. As they approached their destination, the pilots were focused on making up for lost time. Cali's air traffic controller, Nelson Rivera, was working alone that night. He cleared Flight 965 for a standard approach into Alfonso Bonilla Aragon International Airport. This approach required the pilots to fly over a navigation beacon named Tulua, then turn towards another one named Rosso before lining up with the runway. This is where the chain of events leading to disaster began. The pilots, in their rush, had a brief moment of confusion. The flight plan they had loaded into the Flight Management System, or FMS, didn't automatically include the Tulua and Rosso waypoints. Instead of manually flying the standard route, they decided to ask the controller for a more direct path. "Can we go direct to Rosso?" Captain Tafuri asked. The controller, possibly misunderstanding their request due to a language barrier in the non-standard terminology, replied, "Affirmative." "Clear direct to Cali," he then clarified. He expected them to still fly over to, but this detail seemed to have been lost in translation. The controller assumed they knew what they were doing. The pilots, however, interpreted this as clearance to fly straight to the airport. To navigate directly to Rosso, they needed to enter its identifier into the FMS. In Colombia, the identifier for the Rosso beacon was R. So, First Officer Williams typed R into the computer. But the system's database contained multiple waypoints, starting with R. The top one on the list was Romeo, a beacon located near Bogota, about 132 miles east of their position. In a fatal error, without verifying the coordinates, they selected Romeo. The autopilot immediately began a wide, gentle turn to the east, away from Cali and towards the towering Andes Mountains that lay hidden in the pitch-black night. For several crucial minutes, neither pilot noticed the plane was flying in the wrong direction. They were busy with pre-landing checklists, stowing their tray tables, and preparing for arrival. The aircraft was descending into a dark, mountainous valley, a place it was never supposed to be. Suddenly, the Ground Proximity Warning System, or GPWS, shattered the calm in the cockpit. Terrain. Terrain. Pull up. The pilots were stunned. They were supposed to be over a flat valley, not heading into a mountain. They reacted instantly. Captain Tafuri pulled back on the control column and applied full power. The massive 757 roared as its engines spooled up, desperately trying to climb. But they had made another critical mistake. In their haste to prepare for landing, they had deployed the speed brakes, or spoilers, on the wings. These panels are designed to help the plane slow down, but they also kill lift. In their frantic effort to climb, the pilots forgot to retract them. The spoilers were fighting against their every effort, robbing the aircraft of the precious climb performance it so desperately needed. The plane shuddered, struggling to gain altitude, but it was too little, too late. Just seconds later, the right wingtip clipped the trees on the mountainside. The impact sent the aircraft cartwheeling into the ground at nearly 300 miles per hour. The crash site was a scene of utter devastation, located on a 9,000-foot peak known as El Del. The initial impact was so violent that rescue seemed impossible. For hours, the world believed there were no survivors. But amidst the wreckage and the cold mountain night, miracles occurred. For passengers and a small dog had survived the initial impact. One man, realizing he was alive, managed to unbuckle himself and crawl away from the burning fuselage. Another found his children alive, though seriously injured. The first rescuers, local villagers, reached the site hours later, guided by the smell of jet fuel and the faint glow of fires. They provided what little comfort they could, but professional help was slow to arrive due to the rugged terrain and darkness. By morning, a massive rescue operation was underway. Helicopters struggled against the mountain winds to winch the survivors to safety. In the end, only 4 people survived the crash of Flight 965.159 people, including the 2 pilots and all flight attendants, lost their lives. The investigation that followed was complex. It pointed to a cascade of human errors. The pilots rushed to land, their decision to deviate from the standard approach, their fatal data entry mistake, and their failure to retract the speed brakes during the emergency climb. The air traffic controller's passive instructions and the language barrier were also cited as contributing factors. The tragedy of American Airlines Flight 965 became a watershed moment for aviation safety. It highlighted the dangers of over-reliance on automation and the critical importance of situational awareness in the cockpit. The term clear, direct was and training was enhanced to emphasize cross-checking FMS entries and maintaining a clear mental picture of the aircraft's position at all times. The crash also spurred significant advancements in GPWS technology. The new system, called Enhanced GPWS, or eGPWS, now includes a digital terrain database, giving pilots a visual map of the landscape ahead and providing much earlier warnings. Today, eGPWS is standard on nearly all commercial aircraft, and it has been credited with preventing numerous similar accidents. The legacy of Flight 965 is a painful but powerful reminder of how a series of small, seemingly insignificant mistakes can combine to create a catastrophe. It stands as a testament to the 4 souls who survived against all odds and to the 159 who did not. Their story pushed the aviation industry to become safer, ensuring that the lessons learned in the dark mountains of Colombia would help protect future generations of travelers. Thanks for watching. If you found this story interesting, please consider subscribing for more content like this. Stay safe.